This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, OKC, I see you, man. You guys are doing your thing. You guys are representing. You guys are making your little run. I like that combination between Russell Westbrook and Paul George. Yeah, they both looking good, man. They both out there doing their thing. But I feel like I don't know. It's still too close, and it's too soon for me to call something of dominance just yet. I feel like this run needs to happen. This gelling and this chemistry between the two of you needs to take a lot. I need to see a lot more of it. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm getting my words tied. I need to see a lot more of it before I'm sold. That's just my honest opinion, my honest assessment behind it. But so far from what I'm seeing, I'm liking it. Why didn't you play this way with Kevin Durant, man? Why did you have to wait till Kevin Durant left for you to have to play like that with the likes of a Paul George? That don't make no sense to me. Paul George, we all know, can't even tie Kevin Durant's shoes. But you waited until you learned your lesson, maybe going through those seasons where you just was either making the first round and getting bounced out, or maybe that whooping that you got from Donovan Mitchell. I don't know. Maybe that woke you up. I don't know. Something woke you up to make you realize that, man, I shouldn't have left this cat. I should have played my true and proper level, which is the Robin to Kevin Durant's Batman. Had you would have played that role, which is the true role that you should have been in a Kevin Durant situation, this man would have never left that team. And I want to knock this misnomer that cats are going around thinking that Kevin Durant has just jumped on the bandwagon and jumped on Golden State Warriors because that's where he didn't want to go there, man. That dude wanted to stay with the OKC Thunder. He wanted to actually be a lifer there. He didn't see himself going anywhere else. Because, see, this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. I know people going to vilify me. They're going to be like, what? What did you just say? I'm going to say it and I'm going to say it again. Kevin Durant is a loyal basketball player. Yes, I said it. And what? Kevin Durant is a loyal basketball player. There is a big degree of loyalty with Kevin Durant. The thing is once Kevin Durant realizes that he's in a situation to where it's not conducive to him, so much to the point where he is suffocated, like a la Russell Westbrook, being the ball hogger that he was, suffocating his game, trying to compete against him, when truly everybody knew Kevin Durant was the true number one on that team. Yeah, he didn't have the alpha mentality or the alpha heart that Russell Westbrook had. But the bottom line is, it's one thing to have that MJ and that Kobe mentality. But if you don't have the MJ and Kobe game, when really your field goal percentage is as atrocious as Allen Iverson in the low 40s, right? And Kevin Durant is a 50-40-90 guy, bar none. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant is more efficient in the way that he scores. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. And Kevin Durant does, Kevin Durant scores in the most critical moments of the games, and he makes the most high impactful scoring feats for the OKC Thunder. Then there's no questioning who's the number one guy on that team. His play determines that. Not everyone has, not everyone's like me that has a voice that will get in your face, that has that competitive mindset that I would have, where I would challenge people and things of that nature, or MJ will have, or Kobe has. Everyone's not built and wired that way. Some people are more reserved. They got to be behind the scenes. They're not like me. They're not, like I'm not afraid to show my face. People are not like that. A lot of people, believe it or not, most people are the opposite of me. I'm what you call that rare breed, that MJ breed, that Kobe breed. Kevin Durant is part of the most people's equation, where they like to be behind the scenes and they like to let their actions speak for themselves. They're not that type that have both the actions and the mouth to speak. That's how Kevin Durant operates. And I've come to respect him. He's one of my favorite players. And I've come to respect him in that regard. Yes, I would get mad at him. Man, how come he couldn't just be more this way and that way? But I had to come to terms that that's his personality. And I think Russell Westbrook took advantage of that situation. And that's why he ended up in the situation he's in. I said all of that to say he learned his lesson, obviously, and you see it. He was still making that mistake with Victor Oladipo, not really allowing him to play to his potential. And that's why I'm glad Victor Oladipo is with the Indiana Pacers. But you see now with Paul George, he's not making that mistake. There's games where Paul George is scoring more points and Paul George is doing more on the floor. And Russell Westbrook's not sitting there trying to be like, oh, I got to have the most points and I have to have a triple-double every time and I have to pad the stats. I think he's starting to get it now because he's realizing that if he keeps playing that way, he's going to run himself to the ground. I don't care how conditioned you are. And on top of that, he's not going to go anywhere prominent in the playoffs. So I'm glad it's starting to dawn on his head and he's starting to get it. Plus, Carmelo didn't fit with him because Carmelo's a ball stopper. He's an isolation player. Anyone that knows basketball, his ISO style does not work for Russell Westbrook that likes to push. You know, his style does not work for Paul George that likes to, he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands, but he likes to be able to give the ball fed to him, you know what I'm saying, anywhere from 18 feet and in. And he obviously can operate from the outside, but he likes to get you in the post. So that's why him and Russell Westbrook works, because Russell Westbrook likes the ball in his hands, and Paul George is one of the better off-ball offensive players in the game. You know what I'm saying? Right up there with the likes of Dwayne Wade. He can play very well playing off of the ball. So that's why they mesh. But Kevin Durant is a guy that has to have the ball in his hands, and that's why they did not mesh. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for the OKC Thunder. I'm happy for what they're doing right now. You know, Paul Pierce was one of the few people that called it out early on and was saying, hey, man, y'all got to watch out for OKC. I think Paul Pierce was on to something, but we still need to see more. The jury is still out on them because last year was a key perfect example. And they had Paul George and they had Russell Westbrook. I know the argument is going to be, well, that was just them for the first time. You know, they were together for the first year. Okay, you get that one. You get that crutch because, yeah, they were just still figuring things out. Plus, they were dealing with the ball stopping Carmelo Anthony, which was messing up the chemistry, his ISO self. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer the caliber of player that he was, so of course he had to get bounced. But my point is this. Can they show us more? Can OKC beat the elite teams, the Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors? If we're still saying no to that question, then the jury's still out on them. But it remains to be seen what they're going to bring to the table. Comment below and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think OKC has a chance, or do you think they're just blowing up smoke? This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.